As the calendar turned to 2025, the Duggar family, once a household name due to their long-running reality series 19 Kids and Counting, has continued their deliberate retreat from the public eye. Once known for their ultra-conservative lifestyle, large family structure, and frequent media appearances, the Duggars have increasingly prioritized privacy, faith, and intentional living in the years following the cancellation of their show and the controversies surrounding family members. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, now in their mid-60s, reside on their sprawling property in Tontitown, Arkansas, where they have maintained a modest, secluded life. They have distanced themselves from public speaking engagements and media interviews, focusing instead on their grandchildren, personal Bible study, and quiet service within their church community. While they still uphold their commitment to the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP, they no longer serve in official leadership roles, choosing instead to mentor younger couples in private. Their children, now grown with families of their own, have followed a similar path, balancing public interest with personal boundaries. The once ubiquitous Duggar brand has evolved into something quieter, more reflective, and less performative. In 2025, the family's legacy is less about television ratings and more about the enduring impact of their choices, both celebrated and scrutinized. Josh Duggar, the eldest son and former face of the Duggar brand, remains incarcerated at FCI Seagoville in Texas, serving a 12.5-year sentence for receiving and possessing child sexual abuse material. As of early 2025, he is eligible for a halfway house placement under federal reentry programs, though no official transfer has been confirmed. His case continues to draw national attention, not only for its legal implications but for the moral reckoning it has forced within the family and their conservative Christian community. Public records show that Josh's wife, Anna Duggar, and their 7 children continue to live in Springdale, Arkansas. Anna has maintained a low profile, homeschooling the children and occasionally posting on social media platforms under a private account. In rare public statements, she has affirmed her commitment to her marriage and faith, though she has not visited Josh in prison since late 2023. Family sources suggest that most of the Duggar siblings have distanced themselves from Josh. While no formal estrangement has been declared, interactions are minimal, and he is no longer mentioned in family gatherings or social media content. Jim Bob and Michelle have not spoken publicly about Josh since his conviction, though in a 2023 statement, Michelle referred to the situation as a time of deep sorrow and prayer. Among the Duggar children, Jinger Vuolo has emerged as the most publicly visible and theologically evolved. Since leaving the IBLP and distancing herself from her family's foundational beliefs, In interviews, Jinger has spoken candidly about her journey away from the teachings of her youth, emphasizing grace over rules and relationship over ritual. While respectful of her family, she has made it clear that her beliefs no longer align with the IBLP's doctrines. In 2025, Jinger is widely regarded as one of the most influential voices among former fundamentalist Christians seeking theological renewal. Jill Dillard, married to Derek Dillard, has embraced a life of simplicity and intentionality in their home in Little Rock, Arkansas. The couple, parents to 3 children, Israel, Samuel, and a daughter born in 2023 named Esther, have shifted their focus from public ministry to private family life. After years of missionary work in Nepal and public speaking, the Dillards scaled back their activities following Derek's controversial social media comments in 2022, which led to backlash and a loss of platform partnerships. In 2025, Jill runs a small online shop selling handmade quilts and Christian devotionals, while Derek works remotely in IT support. The family attends a non-denominational church that emphasizes community service and discipleship. Though they occasionally post on Instagram, their content is sparse and family-focused, photos of nature walks, homemade meals, and scripture reflections. Jill has not spoken publicly about her brother Josh or the family's past, but friends say she remains close to several of her siblings, particularly Jessa and Jinger. Her journey reflects a broader trend among the Duggar daughters, a quiet redefinition of faith and family outside the spotlight. With over 30 grandchildren, the Duggar family tree continues to grow. In 2025, the eldest grandchildren are entering their teenage years, and their lives offer a glimpse into how the family's values are being passed down or reimagined. John David Duggar, the eldest grandson of Jim Bob and Michelle, turned 18 in January 2025. Unlike his parents, who married at 20 and 21, John David has shown interest in attending a Bible college before considering marriage. He volunteers at a local food pantry and plays guitar in his church's worship team, activities that reflect a more outward-facing faith than that of previous generations. Other grandchildren are being homeschooled using a mix of traditional curricula and digital resources. While modesty and courtship remain part of family discussions, there is growing emphasis on critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and vocational exploration. Some of the older teens have expressed interest in careers in medicine, education, and environmental science, paths less common in earlier Duggar generations. Though still shielded from media attention, the grandchildren represent a quiet evolution within the family, one where faith is being lived with more nuance and openness. Joanna Forsyth, twin sister of Jedediah Duggar, has quietly rebuilt her life after the upheaval caused by her brother's legal issues and public fallout. Married to Austin Forsyth, she is a mother of 4 and lives on a small farm outside Siloam Springs, Arkansas. The couple runs a modest agritourism business, offering seasonal pumpkin patches and Christmas tree sales. Joanna has remained loyal to her family but has also expressed a desire for peace and normalcy. In a rare 2024 interview with a Christian lifestyle blog, she said, "We're not trying to hide. We're just trying to raise our kids in love and truth." She and Austin attend a Baptist church that emphasizes grace and community, a shift from the stricter IBLP-aligned congregations of their youth. She has not spoken publicly about Josh or the abuse allegations that surfaced years ago, but friends say she has sought counseling and values emotional honesty in her marriage and parenting. Her journey reflects a broader theme among the Duggar women: resilience in the face of public scrutiny and personal trauma. In 2025, the Duggar daughters, once celebrated for their modesty, homemaking skills, and early marriages, are navigating new expectations. While most remain committed to their faith and family values, their lives are increasingly diverse. Jessa Seawald, mother of 6, continues to blog about parenting and faith, but her content has shifted toward mental health awareness and biblical womanhood reinterpreted through a compassionate lens. She has spoken openly about postpartum anxiety and the pressure to appear perfect in religious communities. Lauren Swan, married to Joshua Swan, lives in Missouri and works part-time as a nurse. Her decision to pursue a medical career was initially met with skepticism from some extended family members but has since been embraced. She credits her parents' support for allowing her to follow her calling. The younger daughters, like Abby, Amelia, and Addison, are in their late teens and early 20s. While still homeschooled and adhering to courtship principles, they engage with the world differently, using technology thoughtfully, discussing social justice issues, and expressing interest in humanitarian work. Their lives suggest a subtle but significant shift, a blending of tradition with a more engaged, informed worldview. By 2025, the Duggar name carries a complex legacy within American evangelicalism. Once seen as exemplars of the godly family, they are now often cited in discussions about purity culture, accountability, and the dangers of unchecked religious authority. Church leaders and theologians increasingly reference the Duggar story when teaching on topics like abuse prevention, transparency, and the need for reform within fundamentalist movements. Seminaries have begun including case studies on the Duggars in ethics courses, analyzing the intersection of celebrity, theology, and family dynamics. At the same time, some conservative calm,